I buy something I want and then hope that I can pay for it, right?
No. You make sure you have money, then you buy it.
Oh, then you buy it. But shouldn't you buy it before you have the money?
No.
Why not?
Short term, I want to learn physics. What is physics? And also, long term, I would like to have a really good job working as a politician, become a politician, or anthropologist.
Yes, again.
In the short term, I would really like to pass my midterm because I really want my nose pierced. And for the long term, I really want to have something to do with music.
My short-term goal is to finish all my college applications. My long-term goal is to find a husband that can take care of me and have a lot of money so I don't have to work.
Not saving for myself with the 529 plan. The 529 plan has had consequences later if you choose to set aside that money and then don't use it for education. So we made a decision not to do the 529 plan. The advantage of the 529 is you get tax implications up front, so the money that you put into it is not taxed. But then if you, later on, if you pull it out for anything other than education, it costs you money. They pay you like a big fee. So we don't want to do that. So what we're going to do for my son is we're going to keep investing in mutual funds, and that way the money is still accessible to us if you want to help pay for his college. Or if he chooses not to go to college or does something else with his life. That money is still, there's no penalty associated with it. All right, so my personal family finances, I do a number of things. First off, every year we save in a retirement account, a Roth IRA. So a percentage of my pay goes from my paycheck straight into that Roth IRA. I never even see that money, which is one of the best things I can tell you to do, because if you don't have that money in your account ever, then I don't know, it's just easier to not spend it when it goes straight into your Roth IRA. So we have a certain percentage that goes into that, and there's a cap on it per year. I also invest in, the school has a 403B plan, which is a tax deferred plan, and I put a percentage of my pay in that as well. On top of that, I have some mutual funds that I've kept from my days in the Army, and I try to take any excess money that I have at the end of the month and put it into those. On top of that, we have an immediate savings account. And we keep it at a certain amount, like a few $1,000s, and that way if we have an emergency or car repairs or anything like that, that will take care of those expenses.
Well, just some things that I've done to save money. For example, I take about $200 out of every paycheck and just put it directly into my savings account right away. That way I know that I'm not going to just go ahead and spend my whole paycheck. I always try to save just a little bit of each portion. Other investments that I've made, I was renting an apartment that I was very happy with, but I just bought a house. That one reason is just because that's going to hold value better rather than paying rent, which is basically just burning your money. You're never going to get that investment back. Whereas the money from a house, I could actually save a portion or resell some of that and gain the value back later. So that was one investment that I made that I thought was a really smart one.
So I guess my number one piece of advice for you guys as high school students, especially going into college, is start saving a little bit of money because it compounds. So if you start doing like $50 a month while you're in college and you're doing those minimum wage jobs, you end up saving thousands of dollars, and then it's got, and especially if it's in mutual funds, you got typically like an 8 to 11% return. By the time you're ready to retire, you got 6 figures sitting in that bank account, if not 7 figures in that bank account. That's pretty powerful stuff if you start right now, and avoid putting off things and buying things on interest, like on your credit card, or taking out a car loan, or a home loan. It's better to save up front and pay for those things than it is to put it off, I guess.
Things that I wish I had done. I think I wish I had been more conscious about saving early, and also thinking about while I was in high school, planning for college. I didn't have very much money as a college student, so going to school in Los Angeles, I didn't think about the fact that housing was going to cost about $600 a month, and that apartments there cost between $2,000 to $2,500 a month for a 2-bedroom, and that was going to be sharing a room with a roommate. I ended up spending my college years in the most expensive city basically in America, outside of New York. So I didn't have as much spending money as I usually want to a lot of the time. And lastly, I would advise students to start just planning very early, searching for scholarships maybe beginning in junior year instead of senior year, just so you're aware of what's out there. Because there's thousands and thousands of scholarships that can ultimately save